Common misconception number 5, and this is a big one, because if you're trying to grow your hair long, if you're trying to grow your hair strong, if you're trying to keep your hair growing longer and longer and longer, this step is going to keep it to, you're never going to get your hair long if you keep following this step. Okay, this misconception is that you need to clip your ends every between 2 and 6 weeks. Okay, not true. If you have damaged ends, if you have split ends, things like that, okay, yes, clip your split ends, clip that damaged, those damaged ends off, but you don't need to do it every 2 to 4 weeks. You don't need to do it every 4 to 6 weeks. It's not necessary for you to cut your hair that much in order for it to grow. Now, one major thing that I once read in a book, okay, so I went and got the book that I was previously discussing, and it's called Ultra Black Hair Growth #2 by Kathy House. This is the 2000 edition, and let me read this in here. This is in her area of the myths as well, so I guess we can say that this is where I got this perfect myth from, and I'm going to quote what she says. It's going to be so many things in this book that you're like, really? I've not been doing this. This is so easy, so simple, and come on, who wouldn't have known this? This is so kind of basic, common knowledge type of news, because it's like common sense in this book. But it is very, very, very often that you find African Americans who are not doing any of the steps in this book. Okay, and I am gonna attest to the fact that I was at one point one of these people who was not doing any of the things in this book except washing my hair and washing my hair. I wasn't deep conditioning, I wasn't moisturizing, I wasn't proteining, nothing, okay? So, believe me, I understand the process that it is to get your hair back healthy and get it back growing right. I know what it takes, and I know that sometimes we just don't know the simplest information. But to make that much easier for you to understand is that your hair grows from the root, not from the tip. And as Kathy House said, I mean, she has this book in such, like, layman terms, like such no BS type of writing in this book. Anybody can get it, anybody can understand it, and it's very simple and easy. And again, so my 5th myth and misconception is that clipping your ends will help your hair to grow. As Kathy House just said, your hair grows from the root, not from the end, baby. It is not necessary for you to clip your hair that often. If you do, you are essentially cutting off inches of hair that you could have had on your head. And, before you know it, you got, 12 inches of hair on the ground and 3 inches of hair in your head because you're clipping your hair so much. It's not necessary for you to cut your hair so much. Please know and understand. It's time to educate yourself about your hair. It's trying to figure out what it is about your hair that makes it hard to grow, or you can't keep it healthy, or whatever the case. You can grow long and strong hair. Your hair can be healthy, and these common myths and misconceptions that I have just put in this video, I hope that you watch this video and go and start to apply the opposite of these myths and misconceptions your ends that often. Okay, if you have damaged ends, if your hair is damaged, cut it to the point where there's no more damage, and that's it. You don't have to cut because your hair, if you don't have split ends, if your hair is healthy, you don't have to cut it. It's gonna be healthy. You get split ends from heat, from using certain products, and all the damage that can be caused to your hair when you're not taking care of it properly. You don't just get split ends, okay? And that's important to know. You don't just get them, okay? They're caused, okay? There's a cause and effect when you have split ends or damaged hair. You don't just get it. So you don't have to clip your hair that often. As a matter of fact, even if you have split ends, you can go a little while without clipping it. And then finally, when you feel like you get to a point where, like, okay, I'm going to clip my ends, you clip off those damaged ends and you let your hair continue to grow. You don't have to cut your hair if it's not damaged, okay? That's very important for you to know, because if you continue to cut your hair and it's not damaged, you just continue to cut your hair just because you think you need to have your ends clipped every however often, then you're not going to be receiving the full potential of your hair growth. Okay, so I really hope that this video was helpful to you. Please go out and get the book that I referenced in this video, and that is called Ultra Black Hair Growth #2 by Kathy House. It's a very good book, edition 2000, and it's, 158 pages of just common sense information about keeping your hair healthy if you're African American or if you have curly hair. This is a really good book for you to help keep your hair healthy. I thank you so much. Come back and watch us again. Please rate, please subscribe, please comment below, and I hope that this video again helps you.